The other day I was on Instagram and I saw a post from an agent that said something that I have thought a million times and I have so many thoughts about, but I feel like real estate agents don't typically address or say out loud, but I think so many of us are thinking. She said, "Sometimes I hate real estate. People treat me horribly, like I'm disposable, when all I do is provide value and help them with what they've asked me to help them with. Buyers and sellers, if you don't want to move forward, please just tell us no and the reason so we can better ourselves at what we do. I'd rather hear no than chase someone who doesn't respond." We've all been there. I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I've been thinking about it for some time now. And I think this comes, well, first of all, I think that we as real estate agents are perpetuating this transactional, low value perception of our industry. And I think it roots back to what we learned day one in real estate, is that you put the needs of your clients above your own. But what that doesn't mean is don't have boundaries and let them run all over you, or don't have respect for yourself as a professional and let clients just take advantage of the situation. I think also because a buyer representation agreement, at least in Tennessee, is optional up until the time you write the contract. My personal philosophy and the philosophy of our team is that we get buyer representation agreements signed right away. But to my understanding, most real estate agents aren't doing that. And I think that there's almost a fear of saying, "Hey, I need you to sign this." And I think sometimes it comes from the fact that when we're new in the business and we don't have a lot of clients, we would rather have a maybe client, and we're afraid that asking them to sign a piece of paper to hire us is going to run them off. But what professional do you know that will do business with you and not expect you to sign an agreement before they get started? The people that I hire to wash my windows made me sign an agreement before they started the job. So the people that we work with, our buyers and sellers, they're used to doing this. And if anything, it's weird that some people in our industry don't do it. I'll give you another example when this happened to me recently. So I had a friend who had been talking to me for some time about selling her home and buying another one. And it was always just casual conversation, because especially with my friends, I don't ever want them to feel pressure like they have to hire me because we're friends, because I don't want to be hired because I'm someone's friend. I want to be hired because they believe I'm the best person to do the job. So I would talk to her just, high level, without any sort of pressure or expectation. But when she got serious and said, "Okay, I'm really ready to start looking for a house," I said what I always say to my clients or prospective clients when I'm doing a buyer consultation. We talk about what their needs are. We talk about, how I can help them, what they're looking for, all of the things. And then as we get to the end of the conversation, I say, "Do you have any other questions for me?" And they say no. And I say, "Okay, well, the only thing that I ask is because I spend so many time and so many resources helping my clients that I really only have the time to spend towards clients that are willing to commit to working with me and only me for this specific period of time. So I'm going to ask you I'll send over my buyer representation agreement right when I set up your search." So far, other than one friend, I have had nobody say no. And I think that if you have a prospective client that doesn't understand, expect that, and are completely willing to sign your representation agreement when you say it, just matter-of-factly and casually like that, it's because they plan to use multiple agents. And so you're basically agreeing on the front end to work for free. And we just can't do that in this business. Number one, it's not fair to your other clients for you to be working for free for someone else, because you're taking the time that you could be working to help them and giving it to somebody for free. Or you're taking time away from yourself and you're devaluing yourself, because you could be spending that time doing something that you love outside of work, spending time with the people that you love, or going out and trying to find new business. So it's really just something that I think really needs to change in our industry. Here it is again, if you missed it a minute ago. You're having the buyer consultation. You've had a great conversation. You're talking about their timeline and their wants and their needs, and you're giving them all this great value and all this market knowledge that they need to feel confident that you're going to help them find the house that they're looking for. And then you say, "So do you have any more questions for me?" And they say no. And you say, "Okay, well, the only thing I ask is that because I do spend so much time and so many resources helping my clients find the perfect home that they're looking for, I really only have the time to work with people that are willing to work with me exclusively. So when I set you up on your collection, or whatever your search is called, I'm going to send over my buyer representation agreement for you to sign." And that's it. That's the end of it. And everybody goes, "Okay." And that's all. So it's super easy. It's something that once you get in the mindset of I'm not working for free, and anybody who expects me to work for free is probably not ever going to end up being a client anyway, it makes it such an easy thing to do. So do it with confidence, do it clearly and concisely, but don't make it a big deal, and it won't be a big deal. And then you're not ever going to be taken advantage of, and you're not going to feel like that other agent did when she got ghosted by clients. Because people who sign a contract with you and agree to work with you, they're not just going to disappear more often than not. But if you're not really their agent, they are. So I hope this helps. Follow if you want more tips, subscribe to my channel, and I would love to hear what you think about this. Have you been in this place? Leave a comment or send me a message.